You have to be on top of yourself, being the best version of yourself, striving to be the best version of yourself. So therefore your team can be the best that it can be, because if you're not the best that you can be, if you're not putting in the inner work, if you're not doing what you know you need to be doing, then you're going to be pulling your team down. So what's good with y'all? My name is Jamani, and this is another episode of Soul Sit Down. Today's video, I'm going to be talking about understanding the importance of independence and understanding the importance of a team. This video was inspired by a video that my brother Anthony made. I'm going to put his YouTube link in the description below for y'all to go and watch that video along with other videos that he's made. Another thing before we get into this video is I want to start interviewing myself, because oftentimes when I'm sitting down with other people and talking to them, I don't give my opinion on or my thoughts on whatever topics we're speaking about as much as I feel like I need to or as much as I want to. So I'm going to start making videos of my ideas on things or my outlooks on certain things, and it's going to be, what is it called? It's going to be different parts to how I view things, and then whoever I'm talking to about these certain topics, I'm going to do videos with them. So, because even though our ideas or our outlooks on them might be similar, there's going to be defining differences in certain things. So, just something to expect moving forward. So, the first question I have for myself is, what are some misconceptions about independence? I think some misconceptions about independence is doing everything 100% by yourself. I don't believe that anybody can do anything 100% by themselves. If you look at anything that's ever been accomplished, if you look at anything great, there is a team behind it. And it's been like that since the beginning of the times. Nobody has ever accomplished anything great doing anything 100% by themselves. So everybody out there that feel like they can do everything by themselves and they don't need anybody, I'm here to tell you that that is not the truth. No matter what, you're going to always need people to some degree. If you look at it, even just with sports, I'm going to break it down in sports, and I'm going to break it down in a business standpoint. With sports, even the most individual type sports like boxing or like golfing or tennis, stuff like that, you have a team that helps you and that works with you to get you to where you are for that moment. So even though it seems like those sports are independent because it's one-on-one combat or because it's a one-on-one type of sport or whatever the case may be, there is a team that goes behind making them better, preparing them for the boxing match or preparing them for the golfing tournament or preparing them for the tennis match. And then to talk about it in a business sense, if we're talking about like an independent rapper, that independent rapper has a team of people to help him either choose what songs to put out. He has people to help critique his music, who he sends it to, or her, whatever the case may be. But basically what I'm trying to say is, the people who seem like they're doing something 100% by themselves, they never truly are. They have somebody that is in some way helping them, rather it's intentionally or unintentionally. They have people that's helping them perfect their craft. The second question I have for myself is, what is independence? I believe independence is the freedom of mind, body, and soul. And the reason why I say mind, body, and soul is because it's all connected. But what I mean by the freedom of it is to freely express yourself, freely speak how you want to, is to 100% truly, to 100% authentically live in your truth, and to speak your truth, and to express your truth. The third question I have is, why do I think the misconceptions of independence became so popular? I think the misconception of independence became so popular is because it looks cool to be able to say that you are doing everything by yourself and that you don't need any help, or whatever the case may be. I also think that just naturally as people, we are very lazy. And what I mean by lazy is we don't have the drive to go out and connect with people, or we don't have the drive to really become the best versions of ourselves. And we see where that's getting us, and we see where that has got us, and that's not very far. We have came very far in certain aspects, but if we're talking about unity and getting to the next level, we haven't really got far, in my opinion. Another thing is, I think it roots from a level of fear. I think we fear being judged. I think we fear being held accountable. I think we fear being social, just going out and connecting with people. And we all have our different reasons on why we fear these things, but in order to really get to the next level, you have to push past these fears and push past the norm of what we can perceive independence to be, to really achieve greatness, really achieve the best version of ourselves and the best version that the world can be in. Now, making a transition into talking about a team, the first question that I have for myself is, what is a team? I believe that a team is a group of individuals striving for the same goal, or striving for the same results. For example, and I'm going to relate this back to sports again, a basketball team. Everybody on that basketball team is striving for the same thing, or striving for something similar. It might not be the exact same, but they're striving for something similar. They all want to have success within that team, which everybody's success might look different, but like I said, it's just the same goal in the end. Everybody is striving for some form of success within that team. Everybody is striving to get better and make their team better. And those are just a couple examples, but I just wanted to create an image in y'all's mind on what I meant by that. The second question I have is, why is it important to have a team? It's important to have a team because you will never be the best version of yourself without a team. But it's not just important in having a team, it's important to make sure you're building the right team, because if you're just getting people to have people around you, then it's going to damage you more in the end, because y'all aren't striving, y'all aren't headed in the same direction. So y'all are repelling against each other, but trying to stay together. And that's just working backwards. So it's important to find people who are truly striving to, you want to find people who are heading in the same direction as you and ultimately have the same goal as you. Like I said, it's going to be some differences no matter what, because we're all different, and because we're all different. But like I said, a lot of times what I've realized is we want certain people to be around us, or we want certain people to be around us, but those people aren't always what's best for us and furthering us to become the best version of ourselves, or sometimes it's hard for us to let certain individuals go just because we want to keep them around. But in order to grow to your fullest potential, you have to cut certain people off. You have to let certain people go. You have to do these things to become the best version of yourself. Or like I said, you will never reach the best version of yourself. And it's not always easy to do that, but if you want to find true peace, if you want to find true growth, if you want to find the person that you've always wanted to become, then you have to do these things. Lastly, what I want to wrap this up with is basically, I think independence is important, but I also think that a team is more important than being independent. You have to make sure, I'm not going to say that it's more important now that I'm thinking about it, is because they go hand in hand. You have to be on top of yourself, being the best version of yourself, striving to be the best version of yourself. So therefore, your team can be the best that it can be, because if you're not the best that you can be, if you're not putting in the inner work, if you're not doing what you know you need to be doing, then you're going to be pulling your team down. So like I was talking about earlier with basketball or whatever, basketball, football, sports like this, at the end of the day, you have to work on your game. If you're not working on your game, then the team isn't going to be as beneficial. The team isn't going to be as strong. The team isn't going to be as good as it should be. So like I said, they go hand in hand. Both are equally important, but you have to learn how to get rid of the misconceptions of what independence is and have an understanding that independence is valuable to give to a team, give to the world, to make everything better. And like I said, no matter what, you will never be the best version of yourself without having the right people around you. So that's all I got for this video. I appreciate you all for tuning in, and I'll see y'all in the next video.